All right. Perfect. Okay. So this is our presentation, Illuminating the Unknown, the Impact of Light Exposure on Maze Solving in Discord Cockroaches. With me, Jaden, Ava, Cade, Maya, and Rennie.
Well, do
The
we
way
want to put it in
this
present? I'm sorry, I interrupted. I'm sorry, I
What?
interrupted. Do we want to put it in present?
Oh,
Like,
you're so right.
sorry, I was just like,
No, that is totally, I should have totally done that.
I
yeah,
love
but you
how
were
it
doing, yeah,
says
that was a good
starting
start though.
recording.
That was great.
Starting recording now.
I know that was crazy.
That sounds like a goal.
It's like the purge has begun.
Oh,
Why,
really?
why do you hate me all so much? I don't understand. Okay, let me.
I
No.
think it's,
You just click slideshow.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
I was trying
my
to do
bad.
something else and then
Oh,
I
my
just
bad.
decided
Sorry.
against it. No, you're totally good. Okay, here, let's see. To make this, no, never mind. We're just gonna start from here and I guess I'll see
Let
if
me
I
just
can
call
edit
it.
it down.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Okay, so this is our presentation, Eliminating the Unknown, the Impact of Light Exposure on Maze Solving in Discoid Cockroaches. With me, Jaden, Ava, Cade, Maya, and Rennie. So we're going to start with first the introduction, just going over what the experiment is, and then we're going to go through our methods, and then lastly the implications.
So our objective is to understand how constant light exposure and constant darkness affects discoid cockroaches' behavior. And our research question is, how does constant light exposure versus darkness affect discoid cockroaches' ability to solve a maze?
So that being said, our hypothesis is our null is constant light exposure does not significantly affect the ability of discoid cockroaches to solve a maze compared to darkness, whereas our alternative hypothesis is constant light exposure impairs the ability of discoid cockroaches to solve a maze compared to darkness. So, in terms of background information and relevance to other studies that kind of talk about or go into cockroach projects or about, I guess, light exposure, prior studies have shown that other species of cockroaches, like the American cockroach, are capable of pulling light signals to see in the dark, allowing them to navigate in extremely low light conditions. Our study helps to build on this idea as we are testing the navigation skills of discoid cockroaches after being kept in both low light and dark environments to understand how both environments affect locomotive skills.
Studies have also shown that the American roach visual processing slows down in darker light and speeds up in brighter light. This has implications for the discoid cockroach's ability to visually process movement through the maze and in both lighting environments. Specialized lighting environments can simulate real-world environments, such as constant artificial lighting can simulate human settlement, light pollution, while constant darkness can simulate cave or dense forest canopies. Other studies have shown how artificial light can negatively affect insect behavior. Our maze will help to simulate real-world environments, helping us to see how a cockroach may navigate in different environments.
So, along with this, other research has shown that the activity patterns of cockroaches is commonly impacted by light exposure, as we know, um, in which cockroaches will tend to stay in caves in the day, not moving much, and move out of the caves into the night to forage for food. This connects to our project as a key component of our design is leaving our cockroaches in both dark and light environments to see how these independent variables affect locomotive function in the maze when presented with a reward.
So now we're going to move on to our methodology. So how we're going to split it up for our groups. We're going to have two groups of discoid cockroaches. We're going to have one group in constant light and the second group in a dark room. For our maze design, we're going to have a square-shaped maze made with neutral color cardboard to prevent any light reflection or any light bias. And the maze will have one starting point and three possible exit paths, with one being the correct path. And the reward will be for one exit will lead to food as a reward, and the other sides will have nothing at the end. for our maze trial. Each group will be individually placed at the starting point of the maze and allowed to explore it and solve it. Our variables will be time taken to find the exit of the maze, number of wrong turns or hesitation, and their behavior during the trial. And then for the conditions or light and dark conditions, for group one, they will be placed in a well-lit room simulating daylight. And for group two cockroaches will be placed in a dark room. And the controls will be the same reward stimuli will be used for all the trials, which will be cockroach food. And the room will be kept at the same temperature, and cockroaches will be chosen randomly to prevent selection bias.
So the way this is going to work, basic steps for collecting data is that our step one will be cockroaches running the dark maze will sit in the dark for 30 minutes, while the cockroaches running the maze in the light will begin their trial. From there, the cockroaches running the light maze will be checked on every 5 minutes to check their progress through the maze. After 30 minutes, the trial for the cockroaches running the maze in the light will be concluded, and the cockroaches running in the dark maze will start their trial. And then following that, we will do the same thing that we did for the cockroaches in the light, which is that the cockroaches in the dark maze will be checked on every 5 minutes, and their trial will also be concluded after 30 minutes with their progress noted. And then lastly, all data will be put into a spreadsheet and used to create statistical analysis in our findings report.
So while doing our research, we were looking at two main implications. The first one being locomotive abilities. As we learn more about locomotion in cockroaches, researchers can learn more about adaptability to within varied environments and how this behavior has changed over time. It is known that these roaches move in a very unique way for navigating challenging environments. If researchers could understand more about their biomechanics, it can help determine how efficiently these roaches actually move. And then our second implication would be the famous hybrid roach robots that's been filling up in like recent scientific literature in the past couple of years. Um, while doing research on these cockroaches, the most fascinating thing about them is their participation in creating the hybrid cockroach robots. By mimicking the control mechanisms and physical structures of natural biological systems, engineers are then able to design mechanical robotic systems. And the goal of these studies have been to remotely control insects with the main purpose of taking over their movements. And those are our main implications for our study. And here are our resources that helped us find all of our information.
I think that's it.
Thanks
Perfect.
for watching.
Yeah, here we go.